Hi guys, so today I'm going to be doing a stationery collection of all the stationery I own, and I thought this would be a good idea since back to school is coming up soon. So the first thing I'm going to start out with is all my brush pens. So the first ones and my favorite ones that I have are the Tombow dual brush pens. I have quite a few of them. So here's me just showing you all the colors I have. I thought I had a few more that I've probably lost throughout the years. But yeah, these are my favorite ones and the ones that I always recommend to everyone as just the best brush pen I think is on the market. Then my next beginner favorite that I have that I use sometimes for calligraphy is the Crayola Super Tips. These are just like basic markers, but I recommend these to beginners because of how stable the tip of it is, so it's not very flexible and hard to control. So yeah, those are kind of a good beginner recommendation. Next, I have the Ecoline watercolor brush pens. These are so good. I love these so much. They're so pretty and have like a great range of colors. I have the pastel bundle, I believe, with this one outlier. This is like a teal one I bought on its own. That's probably my favorite color out of all of them. They're a little hard to control if you're a beginner because the tip is really flexible, but if you're a little bit more of an expert, I'd say, at brush pens, then they're good. This is the Mildliner brush pen. I just got one of them. If you recognize this from my Jet Pens haul, I just bought this and I've been kind of testing it out. I like this because the tip is pretty firm, so it's easy to use even for beginners, and of course it's double-sided like all of the Mildliners. I got this in like a corally pink, which I thought was a really pretty color, and I can't wait to use this for school and for note headers and stuff like that. Next, these are my two most used brush pens for school, like note headers. This one is the Pentel Sign Pen. I think, I could be completely wrong, but it's in Japanese, so I'm not exactly sure because it's not in the packaging. I really like this one for note headers. It's a little bit more of a softer tip if you like that. Yeah, that's basically all there is with that one. This is my all-time favorite brush pen for note headers. This is the Tombow Fudonosuke hard one. It is super easy to control because it's not a super flexible tip. It's pretty firm, which is what I like. And yeah, it looks really good because it's nice and clean and crisp when you use it because it's a less flexible pen. I have this Fudobiori Zig one in kind of a teal color. This one's not my favorite. I think I got it as a gift, honestly. I kind of crushed the tip too when I was trying to learn how to do calligraphy. It was one of my first pens and I kind of ruined it. So I can't really use it anymore, which is kind of sad, but it wasn't really my favorite to begin with. Next, I'm moving on to the next category, which is all of my black pens and all the ones I use for school and stuff like that. These are the, Pigmographic ones, I believe. They're the Micron, and I have them in all different tip sizes, and these I use mostly for bullet journaling, which I don't really do that much anymore, but they're good for writing in your planner and stuff like that. And they're a good note-taking pen if you like felt tip pens. I personally don't because I like gel way better, but if you like those, then I would recommend them. Next, I have this Dr. Grip pen from Pilot. It's okay. I'm not really into ballpoint pens as much, but it's a good option if you like it. It has a really squishy grip and a really nice pen body that I would definitely refill it with something else. I just don't really like the ballpoint inside of it. Next, I have these Muji ones. This is just kind of an outlier, 0.7, which is my favorite tip size for the Muji because they are super, super smooth and nice to write with. Next, I have a whole bundle of the 0.38 from Muji. And I like these, but the tip size is a little bit too thin for me. I don't really like 0.38 as much, so I probably would give these to friends or something like that. And then I have these two Uniball Signo pens. I have the 0.5 and 0.38. The 0.38 I don't like as much as the 0.5. Once again, just a little bit too thin. These are really, really good quality pens though that I love using for note taking. They're just a really sleek design and they just are really, really good quality. Next, I have these two Zebra Sarasa ones that are just kind of outliers. This is the Zebra Sarasa dry pen, and I think the whole idea behind this one is that it just dries really quickly. With highlighters, I like it. It's not my personal favorite, but it's good if you need to highlight like right after you write something with a pen. And it just dries really quickly and you don't really smudge it. And then the next one, the Sarasa Mark-On, this kind of has the same idea, where as if you can highlight it right after you use it. It doesn't smudge or anything. I actually really like this one. I like this one better than the dry because the body is a little bit easier to hold and it's a 0.5, not a 0.4. And then we have my favorite pens of all time, which are just the plain black 0.5 Zebra Sarasa pens. I usually will refill these with Pentel Energel bodies, but the ink in these on their own I really, really like as well. Next, I just have a few more black pens to get through before I'm done with the collection. These are, I just dropped one. These are the 0.5 Muji black pens. I really like these ones as well. I pretty much only use those in the 0.7 out of the Muji line. And then I have, again, my favorite pen of all time, the Pentel Energel, along with the Zebra Sarasa, of course. But this is what I put inside of the Zebra Sarasa bodies, and it just makes for a really good combination. Next, I'm going to move into colored pens and stuff I use for note-taking. So the first and favorite colored pen that I use are just the Zebra Sarasa colored pens in 0.5. I have the Milk line, I have just random ones. Here's like a random navy one. I have quite a few colors of these, and these are just, in my opinion, the best note-taking pens. They're just really smooth and really good quality. I have these Staedtler Tri-Plus Fineliners that I don't really use anymore. I pretty much only use these when I bullet journaled, which I don't really do anymore. But these are really good felt tip pens if you like felt tip pens, but I use them mainly for school projects now. Same with these Inkjoy, I think, or they're Papermate. Or no, they are Papermate. Felt tip pens as well. I know a lot of people really like these ones for note taking. They're not my personal favorite, but again, I use them more for bullet journaling when I used to do that. Here is another favorite of mine. These are Muji 0.5. I don't know if these are gel or bullet point. I think they're bullet point. I'm not 100% sure though. Here's a random black pen though I forgot to include in my black pens, but it's in there. I like these ones for note-taking a lot too. Yeah, they're just a good quality pen. I have these two outliers. These are just Muji 0.38, a teal and a pink pen. I don't really use these. Again, I don't really like 0.38, but they're good pens, and I probably would give them to friends or something because I don't really use them anymore. Now I have a whole bunch of Muji 0.5 colored gel pens. These are super good. I would say besides the Zebra Sarasa ones, these are probably my second most used ones for note-taking. And then I have these two Pilot Juice pens. They're the same color. One is 0.7 and one is 0.38. I use the 0.7 way more than the 3.8 though. The 3.8 is just way too thin. But I like these pens. They're good. I wouldn't say they're anything special, but they work and they're good for note-taking. And then I had these two random Muji pens. This one is like a multi-pen, has a ton of different colors in it. I'd say this is really good if you want to save space in your pencil case and not carry around like 10 different pens, which like I get can be a lot sometimes. And then just this red Muji ballpoint pen, it is pretty good, nothing special. And I think that is in 0.5 as well. I had this random Pilot 0.7 pen. I have no clue when I got this. I got this such a long time ago, but it's actually a really good quality pen and I use it for note taking a lot. And then I have this other 0.7 Zebra Sarasa that I didn't include in my other ones because it's a 0.7, not a 0.5. I have some random zebra pen refills. I have some black ones, and I have some yellow, pink, green, just like random colored refills. Then these are the new pens I got if you saw my Jet Pens haul. These are super pretty. I really, really like them. I have a Klena, and that's a red pen. And then I have these two 0.5 Pentel Energel teal and pink pens that I'm excited to use for note-taking. Here's some art supplies that I have. I just thought I would include it before I move on to other pens and highlighters and stuff. These are really good colored pencils, the Prismacolor. They're pretty popular. I don't really do art or anything like that, but for school projects and stuff I use this, and I took an art class my freshman year, which I use these a lot for. They're really, really good quality colored pencils though. Sorry my camera went all weird here. I know it's like really close up. I don't know what happened. Here's highlighters though. These are by far my favorite. The Zebra Mild Liners, super popular, really good quality. I love the color range. That's probably, I think, the reason why I like them so much. Yeah, they're just like my favorite highlighters ever. I use them the most out of any of my highlighters. I have the two Stabilo Boss ones. These are two of the pastel colors. Those are good too. I have these Unipropus window ones that I love if I'm annotating books because they have this little clear strip in the middle, if you can see that, where you can actually see all the words you're highlighting, which makes it really clean and crisp and make sure you're not going off the paper or anything like that. Yeah, they're good. They're in pastel. There's not much I can say about highlighters. I guess they're just solid. I have these Pilot Friction ones, which are super pretty colors. They're pastel as well. If you couldn't tell, I love pastel stuff. They have like a little bit of an eraser at the bottom. I don't think it works that well, but they're supposedly erasable highlighters. I don't really use the eraser thing at the bottom as much, and my camera is back to normal. I don't really know what is going on here, but I guess we're just gonna work with it. So yeah. Now we're gonna move on to pencils, and these are the Bic just normal 0.7 mechanical pencil. I don't really use pencils that much, honestly. There's only two brands I use, which I'm gonna show, just Muji and these Bic ones. So yeah, these are the Muji ones I have. I have a few different variations of them. These two are kind of an acrylic mechanical pencil with a squishy grip. I don't use these ones as much. I don't like them as much as the other one I'm going to show. Then I have this like metal one, but the grip is like super weird. I don't really like it as much, but it's a pencil. I mean, I just kind of use whatever. And then this is my favorite mechanical pencil out of all of mine. This one I always keep in my pencil case at all times. And yeah, if I'm not using a pen or I can't use a pen, that's when I reach for a mechanical pencil. But most of the time I like to stick with gel pens, as I think they're the thing my handwriting looks the best in. Next, I have a few more just kind of random art supplies stuff. I'm sorry, it's not a very organized video, but I just have some erasers. I have the Sakura Arch Foam, which is like my favorite eraser of all time. This one's still wrapped up though because I got it in my Jet Pens haul, if you saw that, as well as this Tombow Mono eraser. And then the one that I'm currently using that I'm just going to try and use up is the Muji plastic eraser. When it comes to erasers, I really don't mind. It's an eraser. They kind of all do the same thing. Next, I have this Harnax stapler, which is kind of a weird little contraption that I bought because Study Quill had it, obviously, so I had to have it. It just kind of staples a few sheets of paper without staples, if that makes any sense. Like, it folds the paper into it. It's super hard to explain. But yeah, sometimes I use that if I don't have a stapler on hand. I have some lead. This is what I put in all my mechanical pencils, if you were wondering. I have a Muji HB 0.5 and then a Pentel 0.5. Next, I have this weird little ruler that I saw on, again, Study Quill's video, so I had to have it because I love all of her school supplies. and it's this foldable one from Midori. It's the Midori multi-ruler, I believe, and I really just like it for school when I'm trying to kind of set up lines and stuff like that, when I want everything to look really, really clean. I forgot to include these in my pencils, but I have these Bright Ideas pencils. I got these as a gift. I have 2 packs of them. These are just like wooden pencils, not mechanical ones, and they're really pretty. They have like colorful bodies, but they're all just regular lead pencils. They're not colored pencils. I thought they were at first though. So I have one that's opened, and then this one is still packaged up, so I might give this to someone as a gift. As you can see, the plastic film is still on. So yeah, I don't really know what to do with those. I don't really use wooden pencils a lot, so I might just give those to a friend or something like that. Some other random stuff I have is this Deleter Neo Pico Line 3 black pen. I use this more for bullet journaling, so it doesn't really get much use anymore, but it's a good black pen if you need something dark and can't use a Sharpie, or you don't want anything that's like permanent or something that doesn't bleed. This is really good. Next, I just have some Sharpies, pretty self-explanatory. These are just Sharpies, just permanent markers if I need those for anything. I used to have a black one, so I don't know where that is. I couldn't find it. I have these 2 white pens. The Uniball Signo white pen is my favorite of all time. It just works beautifully. It's great for calligraphy and drawing borders and stuff like that. And then I have this Jelly Roll one, which I do not like as much. It's really not as opaque as the Uniball Signo one. Yeah, I don't really like it. And then I have these other Uniball Signo silver and gold pens, which are super pretty. I don't really use them that much because there's not a lot of uses I can use them for, but for birthday cards and like fancy stuff like that, they're great to add little details to. They're just like really, really pretty, and I really like them. Some random purple Sharpie I had. Yeah, not much to say about that. Then I have these 2 little notepads for the last of my stationery things. I have one from Lily Pulitzer that I just kind of keep on my desk to make to-do lists, as well as this Japanese one. I do not know the brand of this, and I do not remember where I got it. I got it a really long time ago, like a few years ago, and it is the most adorable thing ever, but I haven't used it in a while, and I just found it, but I thought I'd include it because I thought it was super cute. But it has these little animals and stuff all over it. But besides that, that is all my stationery, and I hope you guys enjoy my videos, and yeah, bye.